DJ back in it for episode 3. We have the wonderful guest, the multi-talented, international.
No, stop it, bro.
Yeah, man, I got the handle first, so before it blows up, we got David Hutson.
Yes, sir.
Hutson Percussion.
We in the building.
The lead drummer of what, LOL, man?
Liveoutloudband, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, we got talent, and it is great. And I'm honored, like I said.
Indeed. No, I am honored and privileged to for you even consider featuring me.
Man, it's a long time coming, no lie. You know, as me, the type of person I am, I'm always a background person. I always look at people and what they're doing, and I'm the type that really like respects when people are out here really hustling to make what they've been dreaming about a reality. And in this day and time, you know, Photoshop is acceptable. And that's a better substance when it's through the microwave than in the oven. So when it's people that are hustling, it's like, man, I gotta sit down and just pick their brain and see how they became the person they are. So we're back at it, man. So give us an introduction. Let us know who you are, what you do.
For sure.
And all that stuff.
David Hutson, Hutson Percussion is the company that my brother and I started. It started with basically mentoring through the percussive arts because we work as independent contractors with schools, and we instruct percussion classes. But you know, most of the students that we're dealing with are mostly African American, and most of them don't have their fathers in their lives. You know, so we kind of try to be the substitute for that, but we use art as the catalyst, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for the most part. So, and it's regardless of if they would like to actually go into music or go into drums, but it's more so about the principles that we instill in them that they can carry throughout their lives, for the most part. But I think I went a little bit too far. Social media plug-in really quick on Facebook, David Hutson, and the last name is Hutson. On Instagram, it's D Hutson Live. I don't have Twitter. I think that's it. I don't have a YouTube channel. Just plug that in really quick. Hutson Percussion, which is my last name, and I'm pretty sure I don't have to spell percussion. Should I do it just in case?
Nah, you spell your last name because people might say Hutson.
Yeah, it's not Jennifer Hutson. It's Hut, like Pizza Hut. So Hutson.
Yeah.
And that's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. And Hutson Percussion is on the YouTube channel as well. And
Okay.
That's that, my brother.
Yeah. So you said you were working in schools and.
And then I'm also working with a company, Live Out Loud Enterprise, of course, which is a production company. Shout out to Live Out Loud. We're in Live Out Loud Studios right now. Shout out to Live Out Loud, for sure. Been working with them for about 8 years now.
It's the stomping ground.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
So,
the building of the empire is happening, man. It's happening. So, Oh, indeed, brother. Indeed. Yeah, so been lead drummer for the band. Been doing a lot of stuff. Did a lot of music festivals, South by Southwest, Afro Funk Festival. Throw our own nonprofit gigs and whatnot and festivals.
Christmas. And
you know, yeah, for sure. And I'm also a lead drummer for a rock band as well. I don't know if you know that. 10,000 Chiefs. You can check that out. Go to 10,000chiefs.com. That's you can find out all our music and whatnot. And also let me plug the Live Out Loud Band's EP in as well, Organizing Chaos. That's on every digital music platform.
It's a crazy explosion of musicality.
Yes, sir. And it's very diverse too. And you can get like pretty much every genre. It gives you like a snippet of what we have to offer as far as our sound. You'll listen to it and hear jazz, you'll hear hip hop, you'll hear Latin, you know, very melodic, you'll hear fusion, you know, so you'll love it. It's called Organizing Chaos on every digital music platform that's available right now. Go get that if you haven't already, and stay tuned for what's next from the Live Out Loud Band for sure.
Man, I've heard it. It's like Robert Glasper, like amplified. It's like a Tiny Desk concert.
I love Tiny Desk concert.
Man, those are great. It's a good tool to gauge.
That's
artistry.
That's literally. Oh, my bad. I really don't know. But the Tiny Desk concert is literally like a long-term goal. For sure.
Oh yeah. I was about to say that, man. If you boys get on that, it'll be y'all gotta change the platform. And I'm not speaking from a fan standpoint. I'm a musician as well, so you can see musicality.
A very solid musician, by the way. I don't know if he wants to go into that.
I'm retired. Avenues are moving other ways, man.
I know. We all have many gifts, you know. We can utilize them all for sure.
Man, you gotta check these guys out if y'all get a chance. But let's dive into it. So let's talk about values and principles. Just notate or just say some values and principles that you were taught when you were younger, and you just haphazardly carried it over into adulthood.
Man, positivity, bro. That's definitely number one. And your mindset, literally knowing that the mindset is not a joke, bro. Like on a whole other level. I'm reminded of a speech right now part of a speech that I had to memorize, like in high school, and it was actually a basketball coach. He taught what was his class? It was it was some elective class. On the other side of Smiley, it'd be Smiley. I'll forgive you, Coach Carson. But anyway, he made us memorize this speech, and I promised myself to be so strong that nothing can disturb my peace of mind, to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to each individual that I come in contact with, to make all my friends know that there's something in them. You feel me? To spread positivity and love. Like, I carried that from literally since I was the age of 15, and I'm 28 now.
And it's your essence, though.
Yes,
so
bro.
if people meet you, they sense
they already
a natural aura of like, man, this dude is really optimistic.
Indeed,
and he's down to earth about life.
I'll tell you,
so man, that's powerful, even for me, because I struggle. And just being honest, I struggle with finding my image. So in my mind, in the mindset of the way culture is going, your image is, if I impress everybody else, I know who I am. Because I'm impressing people, so their impression of me can tell me who I am.
Gotcha. Not so much as impressing other people, but more so just knowing who you are, period. Like, literally digging deep down in yourself. You know what I'm saying? To figure
man,
out,
that's a work in itself. And
exactly.
I mean, I'm only 25, but I feel like it's taken 14 and 25 to realize, hey man, I had to
takes longer, brother. It takes longer.
And say, hey man, this is you, and why are you? There's no shame in it. And that was the birth of this whole podcast. That because who I am is an impactful thing, and I should be unapologetic about it. So the fact that you said that that's something you carried from 14 it's groundbreaking, because that's not the mindset of a lot of people we come in contact with. I feel like everybody's on edge because of the pressures of reality of life and the responsibilities, but at certain points, some of these things it's just gonna always be here. So
that's why it's all
that mindset, man. How you perceive it will really shape how your life is.
Like, it's my reaction.
Man. So yeah, that's great. That's great. Values. What were some of the values that you kind of instilled?
Someone instilled in me, or that I
instilled in you, you instilled in the kids, all this, man. Just let us know.
Values. First of all, you gotta kind of like allow yourself to understand what life consists of to even begin to list the values. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people put values in the wrong things. So me, the type of individual that I am, I put value in relationships.
Yeah.
You feel me? With people, and you gotta be careful, because you have to protect your energy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's everything. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, the first thing that people perceive before they even look at you is they feel your energy, they feel your presence. You understand what I'm saying? So I value relationships, bro. I value friendships. I value myself, number one. I value myself, number one. I value, man, bro. I can just go on and on.
Keep going, man. We got time.
That's a broad
man.
question, bro.
Hey, man, like I said, I just wanted to sit and pick your brain. So keep going, man.
Yeah, man. Myself, friendships, relationships, bro. I value the talent and the gift that I understand that God has blessed me with. You understand? And I will not take it for granted, because this music and this sticks has taken me all over the world. I can actually say that now. Because if you had told me, like, when I was in the 5th grade that I would be playing drums overseas in another country, I probably would have laughed at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me to be doing that now, trying to immediately working in the middle of an international network.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy, bro. Man.
It's mind blowing, bro, because my mind never really. I mean, of course,
a kid, when you going 10 hours strong,
you just
doing
in the room. You doing what you feel, and you're doing what feels good to you, and what's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can do this for real. And it's like, man, I'm gonna be there. But with the requirement of life, sometimes it lets us know or shows us that might not be what I thought I wanted to do.
Indeed.
But to actually go that route and see it, and it's like, man, dog, I really dreamed this thing.
Bro, indeed. And my whole like, I've literally, just from this this one experience, and I only went to one place. I still got the rest of this year to finish out the contract with the company that I'm working with. But from my experience thus far, bro, it's like you gotta really ask yourself what it's like consistent with it, and I've came to understand that it's genuine happiness, bro. It's you gotta you literally. We're born into this world. Everybody have any form of gift or talent. Okay, so once you figure out what that is, you take it upon yourself to learn it. You thoroughly understand what it is, and then learn it, practice it, perfect it, master it, and then from that point, you're untouchable. So what you do after you master it is you take it and you figure out how you share it, brother. Man. You share it, you give it to people. You feel what I'm saying? And in return, it's gonna come back lucrative. You feel me? You might not initially be looking. Of course, we all want to create value. We want to create revenue. You feel me? But you have to take yourself, like every ounce of your being, and just give, and serve, bro.
And I'm glad you said that. Man. I'm glad you said that because I'm in a state and point in my life with my soul proprietorship that it is it's moving to like the toll of perfecting it is more beautiful than I love the outcome. Man, I love the outcome. I love that, people are like, oh man, you're doing it, you're shining. It's the journey, bro. But it's the journey. The hands and knees, toiling the soul, the ins and outs.
It's the journey, bro.
Man, I get more excited about the work,
bro. It's the journey.
Cause I remember a point in time it was like I thought I was working, but I was working to see results. But now I'm working to just share because I understand it's a gift.
Yes, bro.
And if I master this, man, I've lived my purpose in life. Regardless of what comes, and I'm not saying.
And that's what aligns your purpose with that's what aligns your passion with your purpose.
Yep. And once you do that, man, I'm telling you,
you can live life however you want to live, bro.
Man, it's glad that you say that because then it changes your outlook.
Indeed.
It's like, man, I'm purposely trying to perfect
myself.
This one gift that I've been solely created to do. And I mean, if the stuff comes, if you talk to like people who have made it, like Tony Hawk, I was a big skateboarding fan.
Okay, nice.
And he has like 10 video games, all these awards, and this, that, and the other. And the thing that never changes said, and I listened to one of his interviews, he said, man, the fact that I can get up and just keep working at being against the journey, bro.
I literally just watched the movie called Father Figures with the dude from Hangover. I can't think of his name right now. And another famous actor in Cat.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. You guys should totally see it.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I've seen to that scene and I stopped watching it because I had to leave. But
no worries.
It's funny, man.
I watched that on the plane. It was dope. But at the end of the movie, Cat Williams he came before the credits rolled. He came in and was like, remember, life is about genuine happiness and it's about the journey, not the destination. Literally. And
it sounds nice until you actually walk there.
You might think it's cliche, but it's the actual truth.
It's the journey, man, because there's so much beauty. Like, I think of planting, because that's a hobby I'm looking into now. I'm a dad now, so I got to find positive vices to not withstand the pressure of raising a family, but to always make sure I'm intact so I can positively respond. Because my father wasn't present, so single child, kid.
I got you.
And so, of course, it's not always to do what my dad didn't do, but to make sure I'm there to give my kid a proper stone that I didn't get.
He just taught you in reverse.
Yeah, man. So I think of planting, man, and it's not that having a good fruit is the positive part when we're talking about working at passion and perfecting it, but it's what makes you appreciate it more is you think about all the genuine time you put into it. Man, I'm telling you, and that's the process, the journey. And so, as I'm growing to be just a good barber, indeed, man, I'm enjoying the process, the tolls of it. Now, the building the relationship, because building relationships supersedes making millions. And I mean, making millions is nice, that's great, that's grand. You can take care of a lot of stuff with money.
Yeah, but it's access.
Man.
It's just like money gives you access to things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? But you really got to dig deep down and find the thorough and authentic essence of what genuinely makes you happy.
And that separates joy and happiness.
That's what I'm saying,
happiness
bro.
is something. Kirk Franklin said it on the song. He said, I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be joy. Because happiness, something has to be happening.
Exactly.
And I mean, I can't steer from it. Yeah, there's always something happening that makes me happy. But if I'm joyful,
already.
It's within.
Exactly, bro.
With or without.
Exactly.
So,
and I don't mean to go backwards, but to touch on the gifts.
Yeah.
To touch on the gifts, like you'll figure out these. It's the beauty of the gifts is you don't only possess just one gift. There's so many things that you're really, really great at, but you might be trying to mold this one thing. But when you develop those relationships with different people and you network with different people, you meet other people and they will assist you. They will assist you, and they will literally let you see other gifts that you have that you probably didn't even know that you possessed. You know what I'm saying? It will assist you with molding yourself.
Yeah.
And that's just like the jack. That's that whole saying of being a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But when you actually acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of trades that you can be a jack of, but okay, take your time and just knock each door down. You know what I'm saying? And master each one. That way you can just be, I would say, limitless.
And since we're talking about jack of all trades, I think back in the Bible of Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon was doing 20 things all at once.
Tell me about it.
But it got to that because he mastered trusting God in the one gift first. And then when God got to him and asked him, he said, I can give you anything your heart desires. Mm-hmm. What do you want? He said, well, I want the ability to have wisdom. Mm-hmm. And because he acquired wisdom, he was able to learn everything.
Gotcha.
He's building the temple. Yeah. He was building the temple. And it's not Bible talk, but you can go everywhere and still. It's like talk. Yeah, he went to the temple, he remodeled his house, he had vineyards, he was orchestrating all these things because he mastered one thing he was given.
Indeed.
And like you said, he moved in the avenue in its season.
Exactly.
Said, I can do this too.
Exactly.
While I'm still perfecting this, I can do that. And so, man, really for a purpose-driven life, like you can move to that.
Yes.
And you don't have to rely just on one thing. But but
society doesn't tell you that.
Man, the appreciation of the journey and not just the fruits of it. Mm-hmm. Man, that's
yes, sir. That's literally what I feel like life consists of, bro. And that's just where I'm at with everything. Like, because I can play drums, I'm athletic. I can sit here and I can make a beat. You see this MIDI board right here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can dance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Rap, sing. I can talk to people. I can make anybody and any individual, no matter where they come from, feel comfortable around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And that's like that's a gift in itself because, like you said, we read vibes.
Energy,
we read it like. It's like you sense it.
It's all.
So the fact that you have that aura to just kind of just bring positivity to other people,
it's powerful, bro.
That's a gift in itself, man. Because it's not
an easy task at all. It takes time, bro.
No, it takes.
Yeah, you gotta protect
it. It takes assurance.
Yes.
A lot of assurance and self reminders,
self-evaluations,
all that stuff, man. Because it's a toll to always be optimistic, because a lot of people miss that.
Indeed.
And they're back and forth with their emotions. Say their emotions regulate how they respond. So for you to be on 10 all the time. It's a good thing, man.
And you gotta surround yourself with people like that.
Yeah, man.
Because if not, if you giving so much energy, you're gonna drain yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna drain yourself. So
you need people who's gonna feel you.
So that compliments the people that are behind you and in your corner, because that means they're on the same.
That's what I'm saying.
You're on the same ballpark.
You gotta go out your heart, mind, and soul, brother.
Man, that's positive, man.
Yes, Lord.
That is crazy, man. So let's keep the conversation going. You said drumming is your main thing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been drumming?
I've been playing since I was literally 9. Yeah. Probably was on the drum set since like 3. Yeah. I think my mother has a picture of me on like an old drum set.
Yeah, the little skinny one. I got one of them too.
One of them joints. And then once they actually realized that I actually had a niche for it, once I got 9, they started putting me in private lessons. And I started taking private lessons at 9 at the old percussion center they used to be on I-10. In like Normandy area, not Normandy.
It's on the east side.
On the east side, not on the east side. No, it's not on the east side. Going towards 16, going towards the Galleria.
Further down.
Yeah, it used to be. I can't think of one of the exits right now.
To Galleria.
Yeah, going towards the Galleria area.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyway, I used to take lessons when I was 9, of course, and then once I got to the 5th grade, it was a rap.
School band.
It was a marching band, jazz band, concert band, all throughout school. 5th, 6th, 7th grade, then middle school, and then 9th grade, always lead percussionist, head percussionist, section leader. Yeah, man. And then on to college. Like, honestly, and the thing is, I really didn't even have any plans after college. I knew I was taking dual credit in high school at Smiley.
Yeah.
And I was going to finish up my dual credit at HCC and then probably go somewhere from there. But I ended up getting a percussion scholarship to Prairie View. So, it was pretty wild. And then, so it was like, hey, you come to Prairie View. I was like, oh okay. Okay.
College is pretty,
It was pretty intense. I learned what I did. I didn't finish. And, everybody has their own journey, But,
but it was just
probably
meant for you to experience that time.
Indeed. I did 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I didn't have to purchase not one book. I either knew someone.
That's a blessing. College is
balanced.
Crazy expensive.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous, bro. That's why I didn't finish.
and really and truly, because I'm in school now, trying to knock it out. But what I tell people now, because before I went to college, I was like, go to college. That's the thing so to do, because that's what we're told.
Exactly.
But what I tell people, I say, man, if you want to experience it, go to a JUCO. Do 2 years. You want to go to a JUCO so you get the college experience. Do it.
Yeah.
But that's not your avenue. Work at finding what's your avenue.
Exactly.
And then if you fully commit, it'll make room.
Exactly.
It'll make room for itself.
Exactly.
My mom used to always give me a scripture in high school. Proverbs, I think it's 18. It says that your gifts will make room for you.
Indeed, bro.
And it'll put you before great men.
Indeed, brother.
I am a living witness of that. And so for a kid like me, I sucked in school. I was C, D plus student. For real. And I was cool with it.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't want you to chase grades because that's not you and God didn't give you that gift. Doesn't mean you're dumb. That's just not your gift. So chase your gift. And trust that it'll make room for it.
I'm a living witness of that.
Man,
I'm literally living that right now, bro.
Man, I'm tolling it. I'm hands and knees.
Man, bro.
Hands and knees, man. And I'm appreciating it. It's not even, of course, hard time. You have things that are challenging.
Indeed.
But
it's your reaction to those challenges.
Man, yeah.
Don't let it consume you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just take it on and you take it on and you find the positive in it.
Man,
if there's an issue that needs to be fixed, then you look at it. You analyze it, you assess it properly, and then you fix it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can to fix it.
You do what you can.
Like, simple as that, bro. And like, as far as I'm a living testimony of that your gift will make room for you, bro. Because for me to be traveling internationally behind these sticks in my hand, bro, like, because I stay faithful to my gift. For number one, I stay faithful to God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course. And then I stay faithful to the gift that He gave me, bro. You feel me? And now that gift has taken me across the world, bro.
And how you talking about it earlier? I don't mean to cut you off.
No worries.
How you talking about it earlier? You said you assessed and you said, you know what? I got to give 100% to this.
Indeed.
I got to, because I enjoy this, but I got to work at this. And this is going to lead into the discussion I had already hit you and told you I wanted to talk about, but man, I'm telling you, like, when you really think and when you sit back and think and say, man, that's all I needed to do in the first place.
Indeed.
It's just really commit 100% to this, day in and day out.
Yep.
Know my whys, and because I know my whys, man, I can effortlessly work at it. And now I'm starting to see the fruits, and now it's going to make me want to work more and harder.
Because you will never be satisfied.
This is because where we come from, this is what you got to do to make it. But that's all make it. That's all making it.
What does making it consist of?
See, you can break it down, because that's only in part, and that's only what you did for you to make.
Exactly.
I feel like, it's always showcase, hey man, if you follow my system, you'll make it. Especially with like fitness. If you follow my system, you'll make it. This will work for you. We can rate your body type. There's only X amount of body types. But everybody's individual. But no one stops and thinks and says, you know what, I got to dedicate and be patient to this.
Indeed.
And that'll, stem the fruit. So to hear you say that knows that I'm on the right track, because I'm always asking myself, and I'm always praying to say, what should I do?
Yeah.
And I believe that God says, do this, this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
You sure?
You sure?
But don't even question it.
Yeah, man.
Don't even question it. Because he got,
man,
of course he got ultimate control.
Yeah, they say don't question it.
Don't question it, bro. I mean, of course, as a human, you do.
When you're in a real relationship with somebody and they tell you this something, you be like, come on, man. You know, I love you, but I don't understand, so why I gotta do that? But for you to say that and let me know that I'm moving in the right area, so we can dive right into it, you know. And I'll go back to, you know, when the band started, but and you know, the Hutson Percussion and all that stuff. But one, what does a purpose-driven life mean to you?
Purpose-driven life means for you to be living, literally flourishing in your passion, and your passion, the passion that you're flourishing in, influences others, and that will keep you driving. Literally, that will drive you, because your happiness is creating happiness for other individuals. So that's what purpose. That's what I feel like purpose-driven life is to me, honestly. So.
Okay. And what is dedication? And what separates it from motivation?
What separates dedication from motivation? In order for you to be dedicated to something, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I would say you got to understand what motivation and dedication is, actually.
Yeah.
And once you understand what it is, then honestly, what it is that's motivating you will eventually have you dedicated to it.
So, give us a definition of what motivation means to you.
Motivation to me is something that gives you the drive to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. It drives you. It gives you your energy. It's your why. It's your why you're doing everything you're doing. That's what I feel like motivation is. That's my, kind of perception of motivation.
Okay. And dedication?
Dedication is something that I would say that you do effortlessly, like in your sleep.
Yeah.
You're that dedicated to it to where nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to get this done or do what it is that you're trying to do or attain.
Yeah. So you're saying motivation is the gas. Dedication is the vehicle. That's profound in itself, because you gotta have some drive.
Exactly, in order to
some fire.
Exactly.
And that dedication is that non-stop, day in and out toll. I was listening to an audiobook by this guy, and he was saying that for him, dedication is rain, sleet, or snow. I'll always go. He said, so when people say, oh, I'm running and I'm dedicated to it, he was like, to me, what that would mean is if it's 6 inches of snow outside, I'm still going to run my mile a day. Or if it's a hailstorm, and nothing drastic where you put yourself in danger, but if it's raining, if it's sunny or not, I'm still dedicated to this one goal, because my overall goal is to run a 4K or 15K or whatever. So that dedication to work at it every day, in and out, whether I'm motivated to or I'm not motivated to. I got a full tank of gas, or a quarter tank. It does not stop.
Exactly.
So that's insightful to hear. That's crazy that you said that, because I never seen it in that aspect. And for me, I don't struggle with motivation, but it varies.
Yeah.
But like you said, knowing your why. When I start asking myself, well, why am I doing this?
Exactly.
What's the real reasoning why I'm moving the way I'm moving? And when I really start to break down my whys and get to the foundation of it, it's like, okay, well, now the motivation is different.
Then it's easy.
It's way easy.
It's easy from that point, because you already know what to do. It's just about actually doing it, like literally.
Yeah.
And then you know why you're doing it as well. So you can have many different reasons. It can be your family. It can be internal happiness. It can be you have a family. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
I have a daughter.
For sure.
And preferably a boy.
Yeah, man.
I got
on the way.
Yeah, I got a boy on the way, man. So
congratulations, man.
God is good in the expansion, man.
Oh, indeed, man.
I'm hyped, man, because I always wanted a family.
I'm excited for you, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I know you're gonna be in. I already know you're doing. You know.
Yeah, we move in the same circle, but in different circles.
Of course.
You know, and I mean, time will always tell where we'll get the link up and stuff. So it's all good. We kind of got the same energy and same vibe.
Indeed, same mindset is parallel.
Yeah, so it's cool. But let's get back onto dedication, man. Yeah, just talk about, like, I guess, dedication in your life and how things that kind of help you and how it's helped you construct the person that you are.
I was fortunate enough to grow up with my mother and father, but like everything, everybody has their ups, downs, ins, outs, goods, bads, type of deal. I like to think that I have a good balance of emotion and logic, type of deal, So
and that's imperative.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for a man.
My mother taught me. My dad taught me. My mother raised me. And she gave me the sauce, bro. My mom gave me the sauce. So she gave me that lovable and that bubbly, spirit.
So your mother taught you, but your dad raised you.
Nah, my dad taught me.
Your dad taught you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You look at the confines of the family. The dad is supposed to be there to instruct you and get in line. But mom is supposed to cater and nurture.
That nurture.
Yeah, if you think of a sculptor, the brick, the tools. It's dad. He gives you the tools.
Indeed.
But mom gives you the artistic view to sculpt it and detail it.
Detail and precision, brother. So and that has
the point.
And I mean that basically sums up me as an individual, my characteristics, type of deal that I genetically inherited, and then born individuals that I meet throughout my life who pretty much played a role in the mindset that I operate in, and the experiences that I've been a part of that would have me to think and move the way that I do, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
So, who's your biggest support outside of your family?
Who's my biggest support outside of my family?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta say live out my bed, most likely, and then of course my girl, shout out to baby, I gotta shout out to my girl.
Your helpmate. Man, that's helpmates are.
Oh man, bro, it's beautiful, man. Yeah. We 3 years in the game, but
man, that's good. That's a beautiful thing, man.
She had full support. Like even when I got this opportunity to travel internationally, she wouldn't even allow herself to be selfish. I was like, babe, I'm gonna be gone for a while. Yeah, I mean, dude. If you don't want me to do it, then I won't do it. I stay here. We just work. We just, do like
someone else to develop.
Yeah,
the workings.
Yeah, and she was just, she was all for it. She was like, it would be selfish of me to not allow you to take this opportunity.
Man, shout out to strong black women.
Man.
They see the vision, man, and that's God given, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's God given, man. When they see the vision,
it's refreshing, bro.
They're your coach, like your trainer. When you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and sit this one out.
Yeah.
No, you better get your man back in there and keep going. So,
yes, bro.
Man, that's beautiful to see, man.
But I don't mean to sway off topic, but the dedication.
There's no topic.
Yeah.
It's a conversation.
Indeed, brother. I say what those things, those people, those individuals is what keeps me motivated actually, and what makes me dedicated to what it is that I'm trying to do. And as far as using my craft, as far as me producing, because I'm not just limiting myself on live entertainment. Like I'm trying to get into like the digital producing and whatnot for like short films, commercials, and things of that nature. You feel me? Of course, I'll cross into the music industry if my journey consists of that. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I'm just tapping.
Man. That's crazy that you're saying this. Yeah. You're setting no barriers.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Because if you limit yourself, then you won't allow yourself to get to the full essence of what it is what you possess as an artist and as a creator. Because we are a creator. God made us in His image, and He's the ultimate creator. And we are and we're here to create the beautiful life that we want to live here on earth, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can do whatever you want to do. You just do it.
What is it that keeps you in this mindset?
Man.
That's what I want everybody else to see. Like, because I'm telling you, and you know it just as well as I.
I'm just trying to put it in words. Like,
and there's a lot of toils in just being complacent, not limiting ourselves, never believing that we can achieve greatness in any realm if we just sit and focus on this.
Yeah, I got you. Focus on one thing.
So what is it? What is it, man?
Man, I'm really trying to figure out how to sum it up in words, bro, for me to operate in this mindset. And honestly, I think ultimately what it took was a journey internally to know who I am and know what it is that I possess. No, you know what? And I'm gonna hit you with this one too. Know who I am and whose I am, and know and understand what it is that He placed in me. So this energy that I have and this mindset that I have is not so much as it's not just one thing that makes me operate in that manner. It's so many different things. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's the love for my family. It's the experiences that I've experienced. It's like I've been living overseas for the last 4 months, and I've been living literally as mentally free as possible because I've got to understand another culture. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So and I've met people and partied with people from all over the world. And nothing matters. Like you're whether you're rich, you middle class, you poor, your race, your religion, nothing matters but us human beings in this space and in this time. Nothing matters, bro.
And it's all genuine.
It's all genuine, bro.
And that is
and that's
it's astounding to experience it.
Yes, bro. And the thing about it is, I've already operated in that manner. I've already operated in that manner. To literally travel to the other side of the world.
Culturalistic.
You understand what I'm saying? And meet people and network with people, and for our mindsets to literally be parallel. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just confirmation. Yeah. That okay, you know what does life really consist of?
Man. To sit in the midst of content creators, because
that's it.
That's me, man. One episode I did with a girl, she was saying it never made sense why her vision was always blurry. It's physically, but she always had to attain help through glasses and contacts to see clear. Yeah. And she said the Lord told her, He said, "I'm giving you this gift of vision, but I need to be the tool to help you see it properly."
Gotcha.
Because you'll always struggle outside of me. And so for me, I've always had some contents and things that have just been... I have this wall in my man cave at the house.
Gotcha.
And because I'm the type of person, I don't never stop thinking about one thing, and I impulsively move. That's just me. That's God. That's how God created. He's created me to jump in head first, and I develop my wings on the way down. And I don't see it as a fault. I see it as a strength.
Yeah, it is.
Because I don't never have to. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. It's simple as that.
Fear. Like.
So I have this thing on my wall, and now it's teaching me to, give God my concerns, or put my concerns up, petition them. That's the word I was looking for, and leave it at that. And wait for it to manifest itself. So I have this wall, I'm telling you, and it grows day by day. I dedicate it to, so if I'm thinking about something, write it on, post it, put it on the wall. So these are my petitions. These are the things that I'm thinking. So I'm able to stay level-headed and still operate, because it'll be days I want to just work 24/7, nothing else matters. But then it'll be times where I need to sit and contemplate some thoughts and ideas and get everything out. And I can't work because I'm thinking. So, and I think I'm going off subject. But yeah, man, that's my thing that I do, and I constantly stay at the board. So I see and remind myself, hey, it'll manifest itself once I give it to Him.
Because you saw it.
And I'm telling you, man,
and all you have to once you saw it,
man, I saw it.
Once you saw it, all you have to do is go down the necessary path in order to attain it.
Man,
that's it. Like if you saw it, it's gonna happen because you saw it already. You just gotta work towards it, and it's gonna eventually you'll be there before you know it.
Man, once you're there, to hear you say that is confirmation for me that I'm on the right track.
Man, I'm glad I can be a blessing.
I can do anything I think of.
Yeah.
Anything that and when I say that, I don't say in the selfishness like I'm gonna do it so it makes me look good, but things that I've been thinking,
of course,
that I've been really like, man, is this possible? Now hearing you say that. And say, you know what, I've thought it, and now I've lived it and experienced, and now I'm trying to move that into a whole nother level.
Indeed.
For me, it's motivation, because it's like I got some stuff that I've heard and thought, that I've dreamed, that I've been trying to figure out how to put in motion.
Visions.
Man, so that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I'm glad to be able to be a tool.
And that's
to be used as an instrument right now.
Man, that's crazy to hear, because that's that knowing your whys, man, really, really kind of, man,
it's everything, bro.
It changes the platform for dedication. It changes it, because now it's like, it's that gas, it's that motivation.
Exactly.
To keep going, to keep grinding those gears, knowing that it's going to produce something good.
Of course, it's going to produce something great.
But the work and toil, man, it just gets sweeter and sweeter.
Tell me about it, bro.
Sweeter and sweeter, man. So that's good. We can jump into the second part of this discussion.
Okay, cool.
Because it's going in the right path. But patience. How does patience overall tie into dedication for you, and how dedication, like we said, aligns into living your purpose?
I guess I'm gonna be very cheesy and say,
man,
with patience is a virtue.
Man, that's not cheesy. That's true.
It's absolute true.
That's
bro.
true.
And it's everything, and it's literally everything, because what it is that you see that you're working towards, you gotta literally endure the patience to go through the journey before you can actually attain it. To grow. The growth is everything, bro. And the beauty of life is you're gonna continue to grow. You're gonna continue to grow. You would never stop growing, no matter how old you get. You're gonna continue to gain that wisdom. You feel what I'm saying? But you gotta have that patience in order to accept it. You gotta accept it, and that's what patience kind of ties into. You know why you're doing what you're doing, which is motivating you to stay dedicated to it. But what it is that you're dedicated to and trying to get to, do you have the patience to go through that tunnel in order to get to that light? You know what I'm saying? And that's just something you got to work on internally, and also get that from the most high above as well.
Yeah. Especially like Instagram, it's always these short cliche of, it's always these memes and ideas that, it can come overnight. Mm-hmm. How do you keep yourself from not developing that mindset?
I just live my life.
It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen overnight.
It does to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's like,
break it down.
It's really about so much as what it is that you want, what it is that you're actually going after. You know what I'm saying? So, people can get famous off Instagram overnight easily. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you look at, like we were talking about Toby, he was persistent.
Oh, yeah.
He was persistent. Shout out to Toby the Wigwig.
The whole organization, man. Y'all doing something impactful.
Very
Prayerfully, man, God too. I'll sit down and get the pick.
Oh, man, that's going to happen.
Me and my wife and I, because I see what they're doing. It's amazing. It's a positive example, man, especially in our culture and community.
Indeed.
Because we don't see that. We see, baby mamas, and that's more praise than the husband and wife. Of course. So, and the wife supporting. We don't see that, man. And the fact that he reverenced her, saying, she is the glue, because
the visionary.
The word says it. He'll send you somebody that's gonna help you, and that's gonna bring you blessings, man. That'll take you further than you could ever think, man.
Peace, love, and blessings.
So I want to, prayerfully,
man.
And I'm gonna do a segment where I can sit down and just really talk with some couples, 30-year dating. All that stuff to get the mindsets, so people know that they're working at their purpose, and it's impactful, and hopefully it bless you. But keep going. You said Toby, he's doing the same.
Yeah,
he's been working.
He was patient.
He was patient.
He was through everything that he went through. Like, as far as for him to get to where he is now, it's highly motivating, bro. Highly motivating. And then it's really a blessing, because I was to kind of play a small part in it. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me to understand that, what it is I'm trying to do and I'm trying to attain. You just stay persistent. Stay persistent in it and stay dedicated to it. Understand why you're doing it, and then have the patience to know that it's not gonna come overnight, and know that you eventually attain it, but not when you want to. It's just gonna come based on your work. Exactly. So this is gonna manifest itself, bro. Simple as that, and that's what patience plays in. Play for me as far as how I operate in life for the most part.
So you feel that patience is the reminder and the encouragement.
I agree with that for the most part.
Because
It's the one and only DJ.
you have some discouraging moments.
Of course.
When you're dedicated and you don't see the fruits.
Mm-hmm.
And
sometimes things might not go the way that you planned them to go.
And it's a lot of closed doors. A lot of closed doors. But
there's a lot of other doors as well.
Yep.
I mean, you have some closed doors. You have some doors that you
and
walk
they
through.
talk about that. They talk about that. It is a lot of doors and options. So,
and I like when you get opportunities. I'm the type of person to embrace opportunities because each opportunity that you presented with, so many others are there as well. So it's like with this whole opportunity for me to travel overseas, me to meet and network with different type of people from everywhere. That's just a door. That's just one door that I walk through. So now I'm traveling all over. So there are other doors that's going to be open as I'm walking through, and I'm just going to keep knocking doors down until I walk to that official door that'll have me okay, God, this is what you want me to do.
This is the platform. Inspire somebody else.
This is the platform you want me to be in order for me to use my everything that you've instilled in me and influence others and help people to see this positivity, you know what I'm saying, this love that I have to spread, and this generosity, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's basically
better than money.
That's what I'm saying.
It's better than money
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Genuinely instill generosity, love, and positivity into someone else.
Yes, sir.
Now they use that and help them cultivate.
And then it just keeps going. It's like it's a non-ending cycle. It's a non-ending cycle.
And that's powerful, man. And that's powerful because I sense the genuine.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring to me.
Yeah.
As a man, it's inspiring to me to sense the genuine generosity towards everyone. And there's no marginalization.
Not at all.
There's no, especially in our city, Southside, Northside mindset, or the 610 mindset. So for you to step out of that, experience something different, I'm appalled because I'm in the midst of it, man, and I'm learning now that the little things is where you find your biggest blessing.
Exactly. And when you find your genuine happiness as well.
Because if you look at a lot of celebrities, and it's no shade or nothing to them, but they're always trying to do minute things because they've gotten to this level of access. Where now they're always questioning: is this genuine or is it not? And we're operating on a much powerful level where it's sheer genuineness, and it's for real all the way around on every side and all four corners.
Indeed.
And we take it for granted because I feel like we're wrapping up. I guess we're gonna go into part 2.
Yeah.
And it's cool, man. But we take it for granted because we're chasing substance and things because, like you said, we haven't taken that internal journey
to understand
and
who we are,
puzzled together through Him what He's already given us. What's gonna work? I seen this meme yesterday, man. People post the funniest memes on Sunday at Bedside Baptist. That ain't going. No shade, but I seen this one meme. The last game LeBron James, J.R. Smith went the other way, and the meme, I think Emmanuel Hutson posted it, and it was like LeBron James was God, and he was holding in his hand, "I bless him." And J.R. Smith was confused, going the other way.
That's a good one.
And so I feel like that is the device that's the mindset of our society.
Literally.
I got partners now, they're working to find something that's genuinely not them. And I see them operate in what they're good at, and they be like, yeah, it's just a hobby. But that should be your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Because that's where the crux is. Not over here, you're running around doing 50 million things, and I understand you got to provide, you got to take care of your business. But the hear you say and to see it, because some people say it, but they don't live it. To hear you say it and then see you walk into it, it's powerful and impactful. And that's also like, man, I got to sit down and pick this guy's brain. I'm telling you, man, you're blessing people. You're blessing people for real. We can. I got some. I guess if you have some more to talk about patience, we can go into another part. But we're wrapping up.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to my wife first and foremost. Lovely, thank you for the help. Shout out to the LOL band. Thank you for letting us use your studio.
For sure.
We got our videographer. Shout out to everybody that's listening.
Indeed.
We're gonna wrap this segment up and get ready for a part 2. Let y'all get some more nuggets from this wonderful man, this powerful man.
Blessings, man. Thank you so much for even allowing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? For even listening.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool. But yeah, let's wrap it up. Y'all stay tuned. One love. Bro, that was dope.
No doubt. My phone.
Okay, we're on the roll. What's up, y'all? This is part 2 of episode 3, Dedication and Patience, with my guy D Hutson.
Yep,
Had to take a quick time to get some stuff together, but we're gonna wrap up patience and all the things that entangles, that ties dedication in. We're gonna finish the segment with a few questions that I like to ask everybody. What they do and their grasp on purpose for their lives. So let's just finish up on patience. We got a few time to talk after in between segments. So let's get back to patience. You were saying that at one point in your life you had to move around in a different in different circles. And so what kept you grounded when you said you had to take a leave of absence from where you were serving to figure out what else, where else you wanted to go? How did patience play a role in that? Not making you discouraged, because that is a lot to step back, from that amount which you're making to saying, okay, I'm gonna really trust what I'm doing and it'll make room for me. So I guess just speak more on that.
That's really, and honestly, a very simple answer was really just trusting God, bro.
Yeah.
Like I kept my trust in God, and I knew that what it is that I was going through at that time and in that moment, that it wasn't gonna last, and I knew that I was actually going through it for a reason.
But how did you know? How did you know that it's not gonna last always?
It was just a certainty within myself, and that and just thoroughly and fully trusting, where this gift comes from. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that I just got this fire burning inside of me, and I know I just can't go to no church and just sit on no pew. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and not participate.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to do as a musician.
I feel so hard. I did it yesterday, and it was just really, really crazy.
Weird.
But honestly, that just the certainty in knowing that this gift is gonna make room for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what kept me patient, and I just kept working, stayed dedicated, stayed. Knew my whys, and knew, you know what I'm saying. I knew why I was doing. I knew why I was motivated, and that's what kept me dedicated. And to know that, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just keep working hard, and eventually it's gonna pay off.
And that's crazy that you said you kept working, because you can't be dedicated or have patience if you're not. If you're not working, man.
You can have the faith all you want to, but you got to put that work in. You got to put that work in.
You can't have. It ain't no real faith.
Yeah,
there
if
is
you
no
ain't
work.
doing nothing.
And I said that on the last episode. The leap of faith produces, one, you have assurance. You know you're wise, and it produces an unexplainable amount of work. Like you just take work and put it in an overdrive. When you know you're wise, man, and when you really have that real sound faith. So
exactly, you just operating on autopilot from that point.
Man, you don't know how much impactful and how this is a golden mindset for you to have cultivated and developed, because a lot of brothers that I know and just see don't have that mindset. They're trying to figure out how to obtain access to things, and not sitting back and developing who they are.
Exactly.
And then putting in the work day in and day out. It's like a well-oiled machine.
Indeed.
And because of that, like I've been saying, it's now open the curtain to all other things you can never imagine.
Exactly.
You're saying you got more tours, and because you're touring at this level, it's opened the door for other personal things.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on, bro. And each opportunity that I embrace, just gonna keep opening doors, and I'm gonna just keep knocking doors down until I walk through that door to attain the official platform as to what my purpose consists of and what I'm supposed to do as far as influencing people.
So what's the ultimate goal then?
Ultimate goal is, of course, genuine happiness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Genuine happiness first and foremost. Of course, being able to take care of my family and my significant other. But on top of that, also just impacting lives and motivating people to be themselves. And not only just be themselves, but just motivating them to understand what life really consists of, and not things that you are seeing or what you are being kind of like navigated towards thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's like a veil that's in front of your eyes. It's like it's so much life on the other side of that veil. If you just open your mind, you know what I'm saying? And I guess my life in the way I get to how I'm trying to get, or more so get to that fulfilling stage, you know what I'm saying?
That point,
that point, that high point in life. Like my life will be a example of how you can do it as well, you know, type of deal.
And that should be the ultimate goal for everybody. Is that your life basically is to the point where it's not the things you achieved. Because if you listen to great people that have made it and succeeded, like Denzel, like Oprah, Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson, they're not pointing to the accessible things that they've gotten, because at that point it didn't really matter to them. Gotcha. I mean, I'm not saying they want to be broke, but they understand that the genuineness is how influential am I to pointing them to the Creator. And so for you, man, that's big. For you to say, you know what, this is the ultimate goal. Amongst other stuff, of course, I want to be known as a well-renowned drummer, just as the people I idolize and all this other stuff that you long to do, which is great. But for you to say, you know what, the ultimate goal is to be impactful, to point them to the Creator, to say, this was my blueprint that I cultivated, that I embraced, that I worked at, that I told it, and it brought this fruit. So you can do the same in your own likeness. In your own
likeness, totally, in your own journey.
And be genuine and just optimistic about it.
Very.
Because, like I said, man, that's a hard mindset to always be. Shoot, we always get the call, or we always get produced with situations that are discouraging. So for you to just have the demeanor where it does not shift how you react is powerful.
Yeah, it's just that, and that's the thing. You gotta work on yourself internally to the point to where you're so sound and so solid in every aspect, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, that absolutely nothing shakes you, bro. Nothing shakes you.
And I'm glad you said that, because that is the order.
Yes,
spiritually,
bro.
Mentally, and physically. No, spiritually,
mentally,
emotionally, and physically.
Yes.
And society says you have to physically look apart. Then you work on the mental and emotional and spiritual side the older you get.
Yeah.
But it's reversed.
Totally.
You work on the inward.
Totally, bro.
That the outward, it just comes haphazard.
Exactly, bro.
That's crazy that you're saying these things, because these are thoughts that I'm thinking to myself, and now I'm trying to incorporate to influence the people around me.
That's it. And we're doing it.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we can wrap up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the first question I asked was, how do you incorporate embracing your purpose in your everyday life? And now you've said it in bits and pieces, but if you had to give a summation, what would that,
incorporate my everyday purpose?
Yeah,
I would just make sure that, I would say, let me see.
Okay, I can ask you this. How do you stay in a constant state of one's self-reflection and then optimism? Because you self-reflect and you bring positivity. So what is your formula for you, the David Hutson, on, self-reflecting and how that produces the constant positivity?
I talk to myself, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're in a conversation.
In third person, like,
if you don't mean being
no. I don't mind being transparent at all.
Okay.
I ask myself, are you satisfied with what you've done with the journey? I mean, I know where you are in your journey right now, but is this it? Mm-hmm. Do you want more? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. What are you doing? Keep going.
And what do you tell yourself?
I tell myself,
you ask yourself, what are you doing?
Nothing. I honestly feel like I haven't done enough. I'd say I'm not doing nothing. I don't know what to do. Oh, yes, you do. You do know where to go. You know what to do. You know what you want to do. You see it. So just do it. Just go down those necessary paths. Like, literally. I literally motivate myself. Like, and you got to do that. Like, you got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself, okay, I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm smart. Okay, cool. I can do it. What do you want to do? Okay. Oh, I want to be one of the world's most known producers. I want to not only just music producer, but movie music, commercial music, short film music, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what you got to do in order to do that? You got to get in the studio. You got to work. You got to produce some great quality product. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just to be like, just one thing. But that's just only when it comes to music that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's how I basically, you know what I'm saying? That's how I impact myself. Yeah. Keep as far as my purpose, like, for the most part. Seriously. And
you just woke up one day and said you're gonna constantly work at this.
Totally.
Man, that's crazy. That's impactful, man. Because I think a producer, and I know your phone's ringing.
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
A producer that I always look at is the lady who wrote and produced A Wrinkle in Time. Mm-hmm. My wife told me, she said, and she had to come back and apologize because she was kind of concerned about me moving the way I'm moving now. And she said, you know what, I'm sorry, because that was a great movie, but she didn't pick up a camera until she was 30, 40 almost.
Yeah.
And worked at it, and now it's created this whole...
Wow, that's amazing.
We see the fruits of it.
Yeah,
so I look at how she aligned herself with her purpose, and then Ryan Coogler, because he went from Fruitville Station to the #1 movie in the nation.
Exactly.
And it's like this man's creative space and the mentality he's cultivated it made me want to sit back and pick apart what he's done, why he do it, and how he's doing it. And then for me to incorporate it in, you know what I mean?
I got you.
My life.
Yeah, I got you.
Look, we can wrap this up because we all gotta go. All right, the second thing. 3 things you do every day that helps you have a good day.
The things I do, I totally pray. You gotta start the day off prayer. Yeah. Thank God for life, health, and strength for sure. At times, like I sit and I meditate, bro. And I clear my mind of everything, and I just sit in silence. Like, that helps me have a amazing day, actually. Yeah. Because us creatives, we think about so much. Like, at the time, at one time, we think about so many different things. You know, and it's like your mind is just never stops. It's just currently ticking. So I take time out to just like meditate for sure, pray and meditate. Yeah. And then lastly, I make sure I look good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's everything. Like, your appearance is everything, but. I mean, it's like the first thing it's like a first impression type of deal, you know? Yeah. And if you look good, you feel good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You work at those 2 things. I mean, right now I'm going through my John the Baptist stage.
No worries.
I'm worries. In the wilderness, but I ain't worried about appearance.
Yeah.
I'm building and tending my garden.
Gotcha.
But that's good, man. That prayer and meditation are 2 important things, whether you believe in God or not. The time to sit into success and collect your thoughts and align them is impactful for a purposeful life. So that's good, man. And that's nice to hear. And the last thing, why is being yourself so vital in this day and time for our generation? We are the millennial generation. We've taught the microwave since it's done faster in the microwave. Less time, less hassle, quicker results. But at the same time, being who you are and working at who you are is more impactful. And why do you believe that?
I believe that because we're given so many images of how life should be, but it's someone else's life.
Yeah.
You understand? And not so much as like
it's a different lens.
It's has absolutely nothing to do with you. Yeah, you would like to possibly achieve certain things or model your life after them, but not so much as be like another individual. You know what I'm saying?
Really not them.
Because people see, they see the things, they see these rappers, they see these celebrities, they see these ball players, you know what I'm saying? They got the houses, they got the cars, and they got the money, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to be them. I want to be somewhat like them.
Get the same access.
But actually go through know who you are and access it through your journey.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, understand the gifts and the talents and the power that you possess within yourself, and then figure out what it is that you want to do, and then you just do it.
Man.
And live your life the way you want to live it, and don't let anything or anyone dictate to you how you should live your life at all. Because if you so, then you'll sad to say, but you'll be lost. You'll be lost, literally, like in every way. So that's why it's really, really vital for you to know who you are and just be yourself, bro. And unashamed, like you said, unapologetic to be yourself, bro.
That's crazy. You're saying these things, because one thing I have written on my wall of concerns, or my content wall, is that at one time in my life I operated off the impressions of others. That I did things and conducted myself in a way to impress somebody else. So you know what I mean? To the impression, so to acceptance.
Oh my God.
So this year I said, January 1st, I said, I'm married to the woman that is created for me. I have a beautiful daughter. You know what I mean? This is before we found out about the second baby. Yeah. But I said, these things were given to me and it's a gift.
Yeah.
I need to know who I really am so I'm able to properly handle and steward over these gifts. So I said, the first thing I got to do is I got to wake up every day and not try to impress everybody.
Ooh, man. Bro.
I know who I am through his work. So I'm telling you, I write that on the wall and I read it every day to myself. I said, don't impress nobody.
Bro, I know.
You don't have to.
You can literally lose yourself.
Yes.
Being enslaved to acceptance, bro.
Yes.
You will lose yourself.
You will.
Bro.
So for you to say that is vital.
You got to.
I'm telling you.
Who you are,
and so
bro.
now I take the valiant strides that this is what I want to do, and this is who I am.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not ashamed about it.
Yes, sir, King.
I am not bothered that you're not unsure, because it's no shade to anybody.
Yeah,
I embrace everybody to find out who they are.
Indeed.
But it's not because you're looking for sincerity or you're looking who you are. And because I am as intimidating as you, I'm not bothered by that, because I'm not trying to intimidate you.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to live who I am.
Yes,
I'm just trying to live who I am, man. And the biggest thing for me was really with music. I'm a musician, so I can listen to any genre, man. Yeah. But some of my partners listen to one genre, and that's rap, trap.
Yeah.
And I can go from jazz to rock to heavy metal. If it's enjoyable, I can listen to it. So the one way I would always try to impress people is just listening to rap.
Yes.
But it wasn't fulfilling. That's not me, because I enjoy everything.
Exactly.
And so now it's to the point, if it's on my phone, in my car, or where I'm around, and I enjoy it, regardless of how you feel, I'm going to enjoy it. And
Indeed.
It's never no shade, because I'm not the person of shade. But yeah, man, that's just how it is. But we can wrap it up, man, because time is well permitting. Do your shout outs if you want to again.
Yeah, for sure. Peace, love, and blessings. First of all, peace, love, and blessings to you for even having me.
Man.
For even having me here, man. And featuring me on this joint. Shout out to All Naps.
All Naps Matter. Yeah, man. We're going to push your content for real.
Oh, indeed. And I got you as well across from me. Looking at me. You scratch my back. You know how we
you good.
Shout out to Live Out Loud Studio. Shout out to Live Out Loud Band.
Yeah.
That's the facility that we're in. If you need any form of production, this is where you need to be.
Anything musically. These are the guys.
Yes, you can do it. You can do it for sure. Shout out to my little brother Darius Hutson.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm pretty sure we'll meet him soon.
Two of the HP.
The Hutson Percussion Brothers. Remember the YouTube channel Hutson Percussion, Instagram D Hutson Live, Facebook David Hutson, and the last name is Hutson. And I think that's pretty much. Shout out to my baby. I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, man.
All right, y'all. I appreciate it, man. Once again, it's always a blessing. I hope you guys have grabbed some things from this content.
I really do.
Stay tuned for episode 4. It's coming soon. 5 and 6, we dropping a lot of heavy stuff because it's vital. So I will put all his contact information in the link below. Thank you, guys. Be blessed. One love.
One love. Appreciate it.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.